up, Hairy Hippo?
Hey, Hairy Hippo here. So what have we got installed for you today? Why do I say we when it's just me? Who knows? So we've got, said it again, I've got a nice little video all about the origin story of the Worgens, as promised in my earlier video about Worgen DKs and their existence, so oogly doogly, let's do this, shall we? A long time ago, in a world far, far away. Well, Kalimdor anyway, before the sundering and the shattering and the booming and it becoming separate continents, when it was all one big lovely land. There was a savage war going on between the Night Elves, shock horror, and the Satyrs. Satyrs. That word never rolls out as comfortably as I'd like. There was a group of druids who were practicing some crazy, off the beaten track, you shouldn't be doing that because it's naughty form kind of thing, and that was derived from a creature called Goldrin, which gave the fury of wolves into them. So they began giving nasty teefies and stuff. But because of the built-up rage that come with the form, they needed to find a way to douse the flame, so to speak. So here's where the Scythe of Elune came in handy. And for those that either don't know, the Scythe is an artifact weapon for boomkins. You know, the chunky child of a chicken and an owl that had the ability to shoot moonbeams and splash at you with their Typhoon of Doom. Take a breath, Hippo. So let's get back on topic here. By submitting to the Scythe, the Scythe is the power that was made using the Fang of Goldrin, the creature that they're trying to get the form off of. They hoped that it would just sort out the rage, but it didn't, in fact. It actually mutated them and transformed them into the primal Worgen that we know of in the past. The uncontrollable savage beasts. Without any reasonable thought left within them, and just being completely insane, they began to ravage the lands and with their infectious bites cause an outbreak throughout the elven population. There was Worgens to the left of them, Worgens to the right of them, Worgens in front of them. Malfuri and Stormrage had little choice left but to force the Worgens into Daralnir. I never know if I pronounced that right, which was like a big ass tree within the Emerald Dream. But how did Malfurion get them into the Emerald Dream in the first place? Well, as we all know, and if you didn't know, you know now, the Emerald Dream is like a mirror image of Azeroth, but untouched by the beings that live on it. So essentially it's like a green land of beauty and wonder. So Daralnir, on normal Azeroth is called Tal'Doren, which is a big tree in southern Ganaeus. Wait, are we uncovering something here? I think so. So going back to Malfurion, he basically shoved them into the tree and forced them to sleep peacefully for eternity. Like I tend to sleep like that on a Saturday morning. You know, I wake up like, and then my hair ends up looking all Worgeny too. Maybe I'm related. Anyway, years and years later, this is coming up to like modern times now, you know, with the Scourge and all that kind of stuff. There was a funky mage by the name of Ur, or Ur. I'm going to go with Ur. You are Ur. How did he get his name, by the way? Just thinking about it. I imagine that Ur's mum went to her husband and said, "Honey, I'm pregnant and I'm going to be it's going to be a mage, I think, because I can feel the arcane crackling already around my nip-nips." And the husband was like, "Ur!" And that's how his name was born. So that's maybe. Possibly. I don't know why I even said nip-nips. What is wrong with me? Nip-nip? Nip-nip? Oh my goodness. Anyway, he was doing some research regarding like the mythical creatures called Worgen and was disturbed by what he uncovered. Scary, horrid beasts that came from another world. Bless. You know, obviously they didn't know about the Emerald Dream, the Emerald Nightmare and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, it just looked scary. So fair play to him. Obviously, this scared the bejesus out of him. But there was another mage, an archmage, to be more precise, by the name of Arugal, who found the research to be exactly what they needed to deal with the Scourge threat. Now, bearing in mind that Dalaran was under siege by the undead, and that's why the whole Dalaran thing became floaty-like and all that kind of stuff. So, after politely asking King Greymane, who agreed, by the way, Arugal released the Primal Worgen and used them to fight the undead. And things were going great for a little bit, but things just went wrong really quickly. And the Worgen turned on the wizards, they turned on the humans, and so began the outbreak once more. dun, dun, dun. I can't really afford the effects to do the dun, dun, dun. So I'm doing it myself, okay? Doing it myself. I want a budget here, people. So Arugal went completely loopy because of all this. And with all the guilt he was feeling about everything going wrong, he decided to take over the keep near Pywood village and basically look after the feral Worgen and adopt them, as it were. And as we know today, it is known as Shadowfang Keep, which is one of my favourite dungeons of all time. I love Shadowfang Keep. It's just brilliant. Well worth a go if you've not done it before. Why haven't you done it before? You've obviously done it before. Don't lie to me. Yeah, you. Don't lie to me. So there we have it. Short and sweet. I think we all learned a little bit today. I'm obviously terrible at lore stories. But I just want to get these things across because I think it's not key to how we play the game, but it's nice to have backstory, and certain aspects of it isn't covered that well, which is why I do things like this. And when questions come up, I always get questions like, you know, undead paladins, why don't they exist, and stuff like that, which I'll cover at some point. I promise you, Ramekin, I promise you, I will cover that at some point. But there we go. We're all done. So, shall we call it a day? I think so. If you want to learn more about the Worgen, definitely give their Starter Zone storyline thing a go. It's a fantastic question. It's probably one of my favourites. Definitely up there in the top 5. So from me, the Hairy Hippo, I bid you all a great day. And I'll see you soon with some thought-provoking content. And before I bye-bye, don't forget to do the likey, subscribey thingies and do all the hookies. That'd be great. And, you know, I love you loads. So there we go. I spread that quickly. Anyway, bye-bye. Bye bye.
The Hairy Hippo.